Skye Squad, we are back in the building, baby. And guess who is back on camera today? Yo, let me tell y'all something. That US to Japan and Japan to US jet lag is the absolute worst. Your boy had been down for like the past 2 days. I have been in and out of sleep so much. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. But guess what? Today I's coming. Pause. But I'm here. That's what I meant to say. You know what I mean. We're gonna talk about Basketball Wives and why I think this was one of the best episodes of Basketball Wives since Tammy Roman left. Okay. We're gonna get into that, but first, y'all know what? We gotta talk about Kim Zolciak. She is back in the news, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And I'm kind of back to my old unhinged ways. So you don't know what you're gonna get today, baby. But I do want to say thank you guys for continuing to rock with me, as I do take some time off to go and vacate the country and whatnot and come back. And I love that y'all are still here rocking with me, and I love y'all for it. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell button, join the community, baby, and smack that like button. Flip it, rub it down, oil it, do whatever you got to do, but love on that like button, baby, so we can get this engagement popping. Let's get into the tea. So Cam, Cam is on the surreal life, and I feel like Phaedra is doing everything in her powers, okay, in her immense powers, because Phaedra clearly got some powers, baby. I don't know if they psychic. I don't know if they the power of give me a job, but she seems to be trying to spread that over to Kim Zolciak too, because she out there, doing the Dancing with the Stars, the cha-cha, the bachata, the merengue, the waltz, the karaoke. I don't know. She's out there doing every job that is possible. Any job that they offer her, Phaedra is taking it. I don't care what it is, as long as it's on TV. Next thing you know, she's gonna be the host of The Price is Right. So anyway, Kim is saying to the TMZ that Croy is a deadbeat dad and don't pay for a doggone thing. I guess not. The man ain't got no job. I mean, I don't say that lightly, but last I heard, he didn't have a job, allegedly. I don't know, but who knows? Okay, hopefully he do got a job. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got a little work from home, something like that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with a listen. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Okay, so I ain't mad at it if he do got a nice little work from home gig. Get you something in the IT world if you can. Learn how to code. So anyway, she says he's a deadbeat, doesn't pay for a thing, and he is begging and pleading to take her back. Now somehow I doubt that, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, so now Croy, shout out to our friends over at the Real Housewives Zone. Croy is clapping back. He says, I will never stop praying for her, but I will no longer stay silent. I was isolated, imprisoned, silenced for almost 13 years. What's been mentioned in motions is only the tip of the iceberg. In the TMZ, you are witnessing narcissistic shaming abuse. Okay? Not you was a prisoner in your own home, sleeping with the enemies. Y'all got to be careful who you get married to. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And to me, the fact that he says that he was a prisoner and silenced, I was like, y'all had a whole TV show together. Y'all was doing a whole lot of talking, won't you? And I don't know. I just felt like, how were you silenced? Did she put a muzzle on you, man? You know what I'm saying? Because if it did feel like Kim was wearing the pants, and I'm not saying that everybody can. I think in relationships, good relationships, whether it's male, female, male, female, or whatever you deem yourself today, okay? Try to be respectful of where everybody is. I feel like everybody has to give up a little control in some aspect of the relationship, right? I do not need to be in the control of everything. I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because in my business work life, I have got to be in charge of so many things. I don't want to be in charge of the bills. Okay? I don't. I do not. Quiet is kept. I don't even know how to pay a bill. Okay? I don't. Give you my money. Do what you got to do. Okay? But I will take care of other things. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just how you have to rock and roll with it. You know what I'm saying? You rock and roll with your relationship. How I got here, I don't know. Goodbye, Kim. Let's talk about basketball wives. Baby, let me tell you something. Okay. As half sleep as I was yesterday, I watched this episode twice. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We are talking about Basketball Wives season 11, episode 24. Yeah, yeah, don't you know? 24, and it says the title is You Can't Even Spell Wife. Now, when I saw the title, I was thinking to myself, what is about to happen in this episode? So the episode title, well, the synopsis reads as such. The ladies heal old wounds on their trip to Mexico until it's revealed someone on the trip played a role in one of Shawnee's relationships ending. Accusations are thrown and breaking points are reached as the situation comes to a shocking climax. Okay. Now, when Laura was first brought back to the show, silly me, I had no idea why. All I knew was I like Laura. I mean, I think Laura is funny to me in a sense of like not being funny. Like she's not technically not doing anything funny, but she's just funny because her reactions are so interesting to me that I feel like she is also she's a powerful woman in her own right. And that is what I felt like this show was lacking was power players in the years leading up to this year. Um, you need whether you some of y'all not gonna like this what I'm about to say, and that's fine because I'm here to give you some medicine. Okay. And medicine does not always taste good, but it's good for you. Okay. So I'm about to give you some Robitussin. This show needs a Jackie. This show needs an Evelyn. Okay. Jackie and Evelyn are kind of like the Karen and Giselle of Basketball Wives at this stage, right? They're the best of frenemies, kind of, sort of. Not the same, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They are both messy, AF, equally so. It's just that Jackie tends to get the short end of the stick for her mess, right? Evelyn's mess is a bit more palatable with the rest of the ladies because I feel like they know she's making the show go round. Jackie's mess is like, you keep messing with me, I'm gonna mess with you back, and you're not gonna like it. Period. Okay. That's and you're not gonna. Some of y'all not gonna like that. Does Jackie take it too far? Yes. Has Jackie burned some bridges? Yes. But Jackie is necessary for the show because she keeps the drama going. Jackie steps in her own poop, right? And anybody that steps in their own poop tends to make good reality TV, whether you like them or not. Okay. Evelyn is the instigator. Okay. She is the Giselle pushing the buttons, making things happen, but in a much more pleasant way in this season. In this season. Okay. I'm not talking about years ago. I'm not talking about none of that. So if you still holding on to your anger at something she did 2 years ago, I'm not talking about that. I have only got to work with what I am working with today. Okay. And in today's episode, it was good. I give it a 10.9 out of 10. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This whole season, production has stepped it up. They've got the right casting, they've got the right mix of people. Brandi is the perfect addition because she is unhinged enough that and reactive enough that anybody can press a button and she is gonna blow up. And that's what you need. Brooke is the antithesis of Brandi, and and I don't mean that when I say it, I just mean that she's the opposite end of the spectrum. When you push a button with her, she's going to explode too. Okay, now we have dissected the mechanics of what makes the show great. Let's get into the actual episode itself, which is why I thought. Well, let's get into why I thought it was so good, right? Um, this episode was strange in terms of the pacing. Um, you know, we kind of it I think I need to just break this episode down, not scene by scene, but I need to break this episode down by what really happened, right? Because typically I try to go scene by scene, but it's always difficult to do that when you have a cast trip, right? Because there's so much happening. And the ladies are recovering from last week, which I did not recap because I was gone, but they are still in Mexico. And last week seemed like they had a good time, right? And what we know to be true is that Jackie has got to make amends with Brooke in some way, shape, or form, and this is coming from a night where they had a good old time partying with a bunch of tequila and everybody's hungover, and it's time to go zip lining, okay? You either zip lining or ATVing. Personally, maybe zip line me. I don't know. I can't really tell because I'm afraid of heights. But I also don't like nobody driving all wild on an ATV, especially when I got to be driving over a bridge that looked like it's about to fall and collapse at any moment. But who knows? What I do know is that, of course, Brooke and Jackie are placed in a group together for the ATVs, along with Laura and Brandi. Now, Jackie pulls Brooke to the side, and I get the sense that they are both just tired, okay? But a vacation is definitely the best place to make up because your inhibitions are, a little freer. You know what I'm saying? You're having some cocktails and you're having fun. And coming off the night that they had, I think it made it a little bit more palatable to have a conversation with the two of them. And Jackie finally saying she's taking accountability, not quite apologizing, but taking accountability for several things. One, the interview that she did where she kind of took back that apology about you know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to have to I don't know that Brooke watches my recaps. She may not. But in order to maybe not re-trigger, any type of feelings, and I know it's difficult, we know what that's about, right? And I'm just trying to be respectful at that. I doubt she's watching my stuff. But I think that Jackie also needed to be accountable for the conversations that she had with Sunday. Now, whether or not those conversations with Sunday were just venting sessions or what, she still said those things. And she also, at some point, needs to fix things with Sunday. I don't know if that's possible at this point, but it sounds like they had a situation that it feels like maybe Jackie didn't hold up her end of the bargain. I don't know why. But all I do know is it seems to me, as I've stated before, it would have been beneficial for Jackie to have Sunday on the show with her so she would have some extra backup like she does with Dr. Cheyenne, who has turned this show into a money-making machine, okay, for herself, which is an amazing feat in and of itself because you barely hear two words from her on the show. which I think is quite unfortunate because when you hear her talk to Cam Newton, okay, when you hear her school him, this woman got some stuff to say. But you see her on Basketball Wives and she on mute, and that's about it until she ready to kick a boot. And by boot, I mean Brooke. Okay. So I've digressed so far that I don't know where I was. But Brooke and Jackie do hug it out. Okay. Finally, finally, finally. Does Brooke trust Jackie? No. But she is at least able to get to a point where they can be in a room and have a good time, right? So the next thing we get is a dinner, and the ladies, you know, Brandi wants to invite the ladies out to a charity event, a basketball event. And, she just talks about the stuff that she experienced with her son. I like Brandi this season. I really do. I think she has come back and she is just ready to work. And I like it. And she's present. And she doesn't seem as agitated. And I think if when we look back at her season with Duffy and Malaysia, maybe she was agitated because of her home life. I don't mean to be, to bring this subject up because I'm definitely not trying to weaponize her relationship against her. Because I feel like this. Though I think it's unfortunate that that man admitted to sleeping with 357,000 women or however many women it was allegedly. I don't remember because I cannot recall it because it was so much and he shouldn't have said it. But I do think that I agree. The women weaponize that against her, and I don't fault her for staying. Um, and I can only look at this from a man's perspective. So, please forgive me um if my perspective comes across as limited. I can only speak to when I think somebody gets married and you want to try everything in your power to keep that family together, because you take these vows and it's till death do you part. And some people take that very seriously and literally. And life happens, and she's gone through things, and he's been there with her. And so I'm assuming it's not that easy as many people would make it seem for her to just walk away. But I think based on what we're seeing, she may be closer to doing so than we ever really expected. So I'm interested to see how that plays out for her. And I am rooting for her. You know what I'm saying? I really, really am. I like her a lot this season. Um, Actually, I like everybody. Everybody has something going on this season. And I think that's what made this season so good to me. Um, this show has felt like a relief after the disappointment I think that we felt with like Potomac. You know what I'm saying? And the way that it felt like Quad was being iced out of Married to Medicine, although Married to Medicine was good, okay? Good. Um, Basketball Wives feels refreshing to me this season. So, you know, she also wants Jackie to be the MC because she knows that Jackie is going to be fun. I think she's going to live to regret that, but whatever. Evelyn also apologizes for weaponizing Brandy's man against her. And, I like this apology moment because I think that it was deserved. Brandy is 100% correct to be, cautious about how she accepts that apology because she's looking for changed behavior. This Evelyn has brought this up against her like at least 3 times. So yeah, I'd be the same way. And Evelyn has to respect that, and she does. So the next thing that comes up is how Jackie and Brooke got back on track. And, Jaceel is like, girl, I was afraid to ask because y'all will blow up in a heartbeat. And Jackie tries to summarize how they made up by saying that, it was a misunderstanding. Brooke is like, no, stop it. It was not a misunderstanding. This is where you always go wrong. Versus simply saying, I apologize for what I said, what I did. I own it and it won't happen again. That's how you apologize. For those of you guys out there, I'm going to give you apology 101. I am sorry for what I did. Okay. I am sorry for what I said. I understand how this has hurt you. And I am going to make every attempt to never do that again. The way Evelyn apologized to Brandi is how you take accountability and you apologize. Now, whether or not it happens again, I don't know. But what I can say is that is apology 101. Okay. Don't add no more, don't add no less. Okay? Next. Everybody want to know why Laura there, okay? Including me in the audience. I'm happy she is. Don't get me wrong, because I like Laura. So, and I'm gonna tell you, and this is what comes up is the reason why I like her. Evelyn doing the devil's work. Oh God, girl, Shawnee's book came out. Yes. Did you get Shawnee's book? Did you get a book? Yes, I got a book. I'm the evangelist for Shawnee's book, baby. Brooke, I got my copy. Jennifer, I got my copy. Brooke, Laura, did you get your copy? Laura is like, girl, I ain't know she had a book. I don't read. I just do the fashions, baby. I don't have time for that. I got kids. So Evelyn is like, well, you know what? Let me play you a section of the book that's clearly about you. And so she sits the phone down and miraculously is clued up to Shawnee's vocals, saying in the audibles that, yeah, there was a girl. I found, some messages in Shaquille's phone, some emails, some pages from a woman. And I told that woman I was gonna beat her down. Can you imagine Shawnee in a fight? I cannot. So and Evelyn's like, well, yeah, who's she? We're all wondering who she's talking about. Laura's like, I think she's talking about me. I liked it. I liked it. And I liked that she was sitting right beside Evelyn when she said, girl, she's talking about me. Mm-hmm. Yep. Jackie's like, you? Girl, you knew who she was talking about. Everybody at that table knew who she was talking about. If you've been watching Basketball Wives at least since season 1, you know who she was talking about. So at that point, Laura's like, yeah, she's talking about me. And that is something that she and I will have a conversation about. I am not having that conversation with any of you. So don't ask me about it, Brandi, because Brandi was I feel like Brandi had asked about it or something, and maybe they cut it a little bit. And then she asked about it again, and Laura was like, don't ask me no more. Okay. I am a grown woman and I will have that conversation because the last thing that I want to do is have that conversation here and then have it relayed back to her in some other way, shape, or form, because I am not new to this. I am true to this. Check my references. I've been here since seasons 1 and 2 of this show. Okay. So everybody's looking like, well, all right then. Okay, we'll let it go. Next day is the infamous boat cruise. Every vacation needs to have a yacht day, and Jennifer is in charge of the yacht. She checks in with Brandi to see how she feels about that apology. Brandi from Evelyn. Brandi's like, yeah. She apologized, but it makes me mad at him. I'm mad at him all over again because these women keep using him and what he did against me, and it's effing annoying. And we have other problems. I'm sick of him. That's what I gathered. Okay. I don't know what you gathered, but that's what I gathered. So at that point, Brandi, everybody reconvenes upstairs. But on the way there, what I forgot to mention was Jackie was pulling an Uno reverse on Evelyn. Jackie says in the group she was in the van with Laura. I think it was maybe Laura. I don't know who else who was it? Oh my God. This is crucial. I don't even know who can y'all tell me who she was in that van with? Because in my mind at first it was Brandi, and I'm like, well, girl, weren't you in the van? But it was somebody else. She's in, maybe it was Cheyenne. I can't recall. Jackie says, well, back a couple of years ago, Tammy and Jennifer brought up the fact that Evelyn has slept with Shaquille. Okay. Had you heard anything about that, Laura? Laura's like, yeah, I heard about it, but it ain't none of my business, and I don't care. Okay. But I did hear it. Yes, I did. Yes, Laura. Yes. Now, I ain't advocating. I don't know. Laura ain't yet admitted to this, but she ain't yet really denied it in this current time. So I ain't advocating for it, but I am a fan of how she responds. Because I feel like she's like, you trying to put me in some business that I'm not trying to be up in. And I'm not going to put you in my business because y'all not going to do that to me because I know how y'all do. So when they get on the boat, Jackie's like, girls, let's let our hair down and tell each other secrets about who we slept with when we were 10. And Jennifer's like, girl, who was doing that at 10? Anyway, so they get upstairs and they start talking about, Jacila's like, everybody been saying that Jackie is so fun and I'm finally getting to see it. And, naive as Brandi is, she's like, yes, Jackie can be so much fun. Yes. You're going to regret that. And Evelyn is like, yeah, she fun until she not. Because you must have known she was coming for you next. So at that point, before that happens, Jen is asking some real ridiculous questions about Christian and this wedding in Paris. And Evelyn's like, girl, why aren't you getting married in Paris if you know this man got troubles traveling out the country? Help me. Okay. In real time, what we do know is that he's going to be able to go, but when he come back, he got to go back to the. So anyway, Jackie in the group is like, so funny you played that tape last night for us, Evelyn. Had to drink my dirt water. It's so funny you played that audible for us because, I seem to recall at what point in time it was more than one woman who had been, sleeping with him allegedly, and everybody said it was you. And Laura said the same thing. Evelyn's like, shut up. You just shut up. You shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Shut it up. And in my mind, I was like, well, to be fair, Evelyn, she just pulled an Uno reverse on you. Okay. What you did to Laura, she did to you. And the fact of the matter is, true, Shawnee's book was going viral at that moment, but not for that reason. And this instance with Laura and Shawnee happened years ago. Now, Brooke brings up a good, I think a better logic for having a conversation about it. How am I supposed to react with Laura around this group full of Shawnee's friends? That's a better question. And I think that Evelyn should have had that type of response. How am I supposed to respond to this girl that I know got this past with Shawnee and Shawnee's my girl? Like, in one breath, she's saying, I'm not going to have no stank. I'm not going to give her the stank. But at the same second, in the same token, you still bringing her the stank because you bringing out this audible. So I kind of felt like Jackie basically just did what you did. To be honest with you, it can't be that you the only person that can start the mess because your mess be palatable. You do it with a smile. Jackie did it with a laugh and a hee hee ha ha, but you ain't think it was funny. Okay. And now all of a sudden it's don't play with me and my best friend. Do I think Evelyn did anything with that man? No, I don't. Okay. But the fact of the matter is that was a topic of conversation years ago, just like the Laura situation was the topic of conversation years ago. So it can't be, you know, do as I say, but not as I do, right? You can't be telling Jackie what she can and cannot do and what's acceptable, and then but she can't do what you do, right? Because she did it, all right, and you ain't like it. And but what Laura didn't like was, girl, you gonna tell the whole story if you're gonna tell it, because I'm not trying to have no smoke with these people more so than I already got. You better tell the story the correct way. I said, I do not care. Okay. It is not my business. I have heard that before, but it ain't none of my tea. I don't care. I ain't in it. My name is Bennett. Leave me out of it. Okay. So we get to dinner, right? And Laura already knows it's going to be some smoke. And of course, we all know it's going to be some smoke too, because it's the final dinner. And dinner is where all the drama always happens. So we get to the dinner, and Evelyn is like, I'm so glad you all came on this trip. It was so funners. And true enough, this trip was good. And Jackie's like, well, Evelyn, I did feel like you were a tad mean to me today. And Evelyn's like, well, yeah, girl, because you playing with my name again. You playing with me and my best friend, and I don't really like that. Even though you doing to me what I did to Laura, I don't like it. And Jackie's like, well, all right then. I mean, okay, fine. I was being petty. I was. I respected Jackie in that moment because she was like, yeah, I was being petty because you had done this situation. You had got some paperwork that said I was a lady of the night back in 1912, and I'm finally getting my payback. And so Brandi, poor Brandi. Oh Lord, poor Brandi. So who is lying here? Who brought it up? Was it Jackie or was it Laura? It is mentioned that Jackie brought it up. So I don't know why Brandi kept asking. Maybe she was having a hard time comprehending. Jacille questioned the same thing. Girl, why is you got something on your mind or something? Because I don't understand. Jackie did say I did it. I felt like it was made very clear. But maybe Brandi didn't believe it, didn't hear it correctly, but I thought I heard it. Because she's like, again, well, was it Laura? And Laura's like, you better stop it. I said I did not bring it up. And don't keep asking me about this because I feel like you're trying to insinuate something. And if you don't want nobody talking about you and your husband, I suggest you leave me alone. Production. Bravo. Bravo, production. When they panned to everybody and they flash back the audio of everybody coming at Brandi at various points, and you can see Brandi sitting there processing, that to me was good television. Production. Y'all were on it in this episode. That moment was like a ticking time bomb. And Jen accurately in that moment, her confessional, when she said, y'all ain't gonna keep on messing with this girl about her man because y'all gonna do it one too many times and she is gonna blow up. And blow up she did, baby. Brandi, you could see it happening. Poor Brandi don't ever have a good day at the beach, okay? Because you can see her temperature rising. And finally, she's like, you know what? All y'all bees want to come at me about my husband. Okay. And all y'all got issues too. Okay. And you, Jackie, your husband is sleeping with some woman in the basement. I was like, whoa, what? Somehow Jackie ends up calling Brandi the prostitute. Okay. And Jacille hilariously in her confessional is like, Jackie, we got paperwork on you. You got paperwork on her? Brandi blowing up on Jackie to me was the most hilarious thing, and I don't know why. Because Jackie is Brandi gets up, right? Jackie's still sitting down, looking like you. I know you ain't. Security has to come over there, okay? Somehow, some way, Cheyenne has mustered up the courage to have a voice in that moment. Justice for Cheyenne. Lord have mercy. I believe she been saying something, but I believe her mic been on mute. So she gets up. I cannot tell if she's just moving out the way, trying to get Jackie away from the thing. Next thing I know, Brooke up out of her seat because she been waiting on Cheyenne since the moment Cheyenne walked through the door. Okay. She been waiting for that moment with Cheyenne, and Cheyenne was about to try to give it to her in her Dancing with the Stars outfit. Baby, it was chaos and confusion, okay? But it was earned, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say it was earned? This was an earned moment. And what I mean by that is when you're watching a television show, this is why I need to be somebody producer. When you're watching, and I'm going to, and I'm going to be, okay? Manifestation is real. And a moment like that is earned when you can visually see and audibly hear the lead up to a blow up, right? So Brandi, if you look at her season and you look at the instances that she's gone through where people have thrown her marriage in her face, you look at Laura popping off on her and clearing her. And I can't blame Laura for doing it, but you could see the buildup in this moment and the way they silently showed her reaction as she processed, as we heard her process those moments where she had gone up against Evelyn, gone up against Brooke, gone up against Jackie, and you can visibly see it happening. That was an earned television moment. And you don't always get to see a lot of those. So every moment of that altercation, even the Brooke and Cheyenne of it, all was earned. We could see it about to explode. And it happened, baby. Everything from Jackie dancing, giving her the middle finger. I mean, this was peak basketball wives. And what we know for certain in this day and age is security not gonna let these girl fight. Okay, that's a given, right? So all the theatrics they given is either emotion or for show. With Brandi, I did feel like it was emotion because she was throwing the stuff across the table, wearing the food in her hair, and she needed a minute to walk off. Jennifer trying to calm her down. It, to me, was probably one of the most real moments that we've seen on that show in a long time. And I think it was because you could really tell that Brandi was at her breaking point. Brandi at her breaking point is phenomenal TV. Okay? Because remember, the last time she was on the beach and had a breaking point, it was with Sean. And we saw what happened then. The moment before that was with Tammy. So Brandi just don't ever get a good time at the beach. But it's good for us. Anyway, that's my logic behind why I felt like this was probably one of the best episodes of Basketball Wives since Tammy Roman left the show. Whatever y'all are doing over there with production, how you guys are producing the show, bravo, bravo to the casting and bravo to the cast. I honestly do not have a single complaint about this cast whatsoever. Keep Cheyenne, give her a bigger role. I feel like she has stuff to say. She's smart, she's educated. She is, I mean, the way I love what she brings. If you guys really allow her to really bring it, this cast is the cast that should move forward into the next season. Pay Laura what you need to pay her, and let's get this thing popping. Okay. So that is my review for Basketball Wives. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out the website that you see on the screen, Late Night Cravings. It is a sort of clothing merch brand. I want to take you guys through the process. As I build this, really, I just want to find myself at New York Fashion Week or at Fashion Week again. I have walked in New York Fashion Week before. But I just want to dive further into the fashion world. So hopefully you guys will check out the site and some of the merch as we continue to grow it. Me and my business partner, he has been working extremely hard. He is super creative and I love absolutely working with him. Two heads are always better than one, right? So anyway, I say all that to say I love y'all so much. Thank you for rocking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Remember, we do this for fun. I have a good time doing this. I don't mean nobody no harm. I'm at the stage of my life where I want this to be fun. I want you to have a good time, and I want you to leave and exit this video feeling like you had a good laugh or a good kiki, and you got to get your point across. And we keep it pushing about our day until the next video. All right. So with that being said, remember, stay safe. I love y'all, and I will catch you in the next one.